All right, welcome back to the Level Up and Live podcast. Today's episode wasn't one we planned, but I think it's the one we needed. Cody was actually scheduled to join us today, but he's under the weather. And he also brought this leadership assessment that we're going to be diving deep on to our leadership team at Level Up and Live. And after working through it, I have the one and only Michael Faust. We both looked over it, and I said that we needed to do a podcast on it because I feel like it's pretty powerful and it would provide you as value as well. Now, one of the things that I have learned being a student in the game is most leadership content teaches strategy, whether that's podcasts, whether that's tips and tricks. Today, we're talking about self-awareness because the greatest leadership challenge you'll ever face isn't your competition, isn't your employees or your circumstances. It's the person you see in the mirror every single morning. And I've got Michael Faust here today joining us, owner of Faust Landscaping and a good friend of mine. And our hope today is simple. We aren't here to impress anybody. We're here to be honest. And if one question caused you to stop, reflect, and become a better husband, wife, parent, leader, or a business owner, this conversation was worth it. So we're going to dive into these questions. We're going to have a deep, meaningful conversation. And if you are wanting this leadership starts in the mirror exercise, reach out. We'd be happy to provide it to you. So, Michael, I'm going to ask the question, and then you can answer first, and then I'll go after you.
Perfect.
Who are you when no one is watching?
When nobody is around, I am a father, a husband. Me personally, I'm kind of a nerd. I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
It's what fuels my tank. I wish I had more time to do that now that I'm getting older and I'm raising children and running this company. But I still do dabble in the gaming, and it's just something I've always been enjoying since I was a little kid. So it fuels my tank. And also, I would say I'm a thinker. I like to sit in silence, and I'm kind of the opposite as you. I think you listen to a lot of mastermind stuff, and I think I get a lot of stuff from just sitting in silence and resonating on maybe an issue I have and trying to find the answer that way.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So who am I when no one's watching? I would say I'm disciplined. I am competitive deep down inside. I am faith-driven. I'm always looking for ways to become a better husband. It's that relentless growth.
Yeah.
Not really obsessed in becoming that 10.0 version of myself. And I am a business owner. So that's pretty relatable to what you had mentioned. You said you like to deep think when no one's watching?
I do. I just catch, like, whenever I'm in the vehicle, I don't have the radio on. I'm not listening to music and jamming with my windows down.
Yeah.
It's really just like I'm trying to get that silence and just that's my meditation moment, I guess, in between appointments or just trying to catch those moments to myself to where I can just like think. And sometimes I'll get the answer, like if you're just sitting in silence, but not just staring at the window at the birds, but really just honing in on an issue.
Yeah. That's actually a question that I had when I was filling this out earlier. It asked me is like one of the things that I struggle with. And that is one of the things that I struggle with is actually deep thinking, strategically thinking, because whether it's a podcast or between the mastermind group or running a business or being a husband or being a friend, I feel like I'm never slowing down enough to be present. And that doesn't allow me to think deeply. That doesn't allow me to strategically think what that next move. I feel like a lot of times I'm playing checkers versus chess, whereas wise leaders and business people, what I have learned is they play chess. They think 5 moves ahead.
Yeah. So I'm actually a pretty good chess player. I surprise people all the time. I'm always trying to think multiple, but I'll catch myself playing checkers too. You know what I mean? So it's a checkers chessboard game with me all the time.
I just learned something about you.
What's that?
That you like to play chess. I didn't know that. Because I will beat you at checkers.
I'll beat you in chess.
You probably would. I've never played.
Yeah.
All right. Our second question is, what area of life are you currently feel is the most out of alignment right now?
This one I've been complaining about for a long time. During my growth of Faust Landscaping, my biggest problem is staring down my bank account.
Tell me more.
The reason is there's just so much fluctuation to where we're at now. We have so many jobs going on. The company was built with no loans or investments, so everything was just earned by Faust Landscaping and its team.
Mm,
And whenever we have, I don't need to disclose the dollar amount. I feel like it's always sounds like I'm bragging whenever I talk about it, and I guess I need to start not describing the dollar amount. I need to work on how to describe the volume without the dollar amount. But
mm,
there's just so much going on that it's like a roller coaster ride in my bank account, and I don't like looking at the account when it's on the bottom end, but I
mm,
love seeing it when it's at the top. I mean, that's everybody, but that's my problem
mm,
personally, is just staring down the bank account. And then
mm,
on a personal side, I feel like my relationship with my father and my brother have
mm,
isn't as strong as it should be.
mm,
Um, and I blame that on just being a father and being a business owner.
mm.
I feel like those come first, and then it's like, okay, the an immediate family that I used to have, now I have a new immediate family,
Yeah.
and I need to kind of figure out a way to rein back in my first immediate family.
Mm. Love that, man. For me, it's creating enough margin during the day, during the week, during the month. I tend to feel open space, like on my calendar. If you look at it, every time my wife walks in here, she's like, that overwhelms me. That
Mhm.
stresses me out. I'm always trying to fill my calendar with something, whether it's productive or just being busy. And what I want to be doing is I want to protect that time to think, goes back to what we were talking about. So a lot of times I find myself out of alignment with being able to slow things down and strategically think and be present.
So on your calendar, if there's blanks in there, does that give you anxiety?
100%,
Yeah,
because I feel like I am not doing something. I feel like I'm being lazy. I feel like there's always something to be doing
yeah,
and my brain never turns off. But that's something that I want to be intentional about and forge, because if I'm not that person, then I'm out of alignment. And if I can, then I have found to be present. Like right now, recording this podcast with you, I'm not thinking about anything else. I want
right.
to be present. I want to be here, and I want to speak from the heart.
Yeah.
So that is what brings me fulfillment.
And I feel like if you, with your alignment, because you always say that, I feel like
Hmm.
if you did have blanks on your calendar and you started making that a procedure of yours to start leaving too many blanks,
Yeah.
then it would turn into the laziness and it would turn into not the drive and the hunger.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's a hard balance. It's like,
Yes.
where do you leave the gaps? Because you don't
Yeah.
want to become complacent with having met too many meditation moments.
Yeah.
So it's a hard
Yes.
balance. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, it's good that we are aware of that.
Yeah.
Can do something about it. All right. Number three, if the people closest to you described your leadership today, what would they honestly say?
For me, they would say that I'm kind hearted but firm, that I lead by example and I'm willing to adapt, and that I always speak the truth.
Mm,
Even if it's something they don't want to hear, if it's something hard, I will still say it. Or if it's
mm,
something great, I'll tell them as well.
mm. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about you is that I can always count on you to speak the truth.
Yeah.
When I first met you, the first 12 months, it came out like whether that person wanted to hear it or not, like you would,
It takes some getting used
you
to.
would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. It takes some getting used to.
For me, if the people closest to me described my leadership today, I would say, honestly, they'd say I care deeply, lead by example, expect excellence, and genuinely want people to win. They also say I sometimes need to slow down and celebrate the wins. I think that's a big one. My team would probably agree with that. The leaders around me would probably agree with that before I chase that next goal,
Yeah.
because I'm always thinking about what's next.
Man, I'm not on the end goal anymore. I'm all about the journey. That's where I'm at.
Mm,
It's like the ending is not important to me anymore. But I guess you do need to
love that.
celebrate it to the people that got you there.
Yeah.
But, like, personally, I'm just enjoying the grind, the sweat, the pain, you
Mm.
know? I mean, that's just where I'm at in life.
Do you have a goal right now in any area of life that you're striving towards?
Right now, my main goal is actually personal, it's just fitness.
Mm.
But in business, we're implementing a lot of, like, new people and stuff and putting them in the right places, so it's just a lot of training right now, so my goal is to get everyone in training. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna take me a full year
Yeah.
to where I have a lot more free time to where I
Yeah.
can fill it with different activities.
You know what I love about that? I love about you're not tied because people that make goals, I think it's important. But the problem that I had was I was attaching myself to that goal. So if I didn't hit the goal, then I was tied to the outcome. Meaning, if I failed, I was like a sinking ship. I
Mm,
would get mad, I would get frustrated, I would get angry. But what I'm hearing you say is, yes, you do have a goal, but hey, if it takes a day, if it takes a year, 2 years, it's who you become in that journey.
right.
That's a
That's
beautiful
what
place
you're
to be.
hearing me. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm saying.
Dang. Did we just become best
We
friends?
did.
Damn, let's go. All right. Number 4. What conversation have you been avoiding because it's uncomfortable?
I get in a lot of uncomfortable conversations that I know I need to have because I'm the top of the pyramid at my company, but it's with the leaders that are key players.
Mm.
Sometimes I'll catch myself in moments where I'm talking to a key player that I don't want to lose, and I have to throttle myself. Each person you have to coach differently,
Yeah.
and you have to talk with some people more aggressively to get the point across. Some people you have to talk soft. So it's hard to keep that. Um, whenever, I counted my leaders at my company today, and there's
Mm.
14 of them.
Mm.
So there's 14 different personalities, different
Ah,
enneagrams. So it's
yes.
like, how do you, uh, I need to be like, if it's a negative scenario,
Mm.
that's, that's what I've been avoiding is maybe
Mm.
saying exactly what's on my mind, even
Yeah.
though I'll beat around the bush with it. I
Hmm.
really need to sit down with them and really tell them how I feel so we can get it. We can get over the hump.
Love that. For me, it's something similar to what you just said. It's interesting. Having the harder conversations sooner instead of hoping my coaching or my leadership leading by example makes a difference.
Yeah.
Nipping it in a butt, having the conversation and meeting that person where they are, supporting them and what that looks like, but at the same time, holding the standard of what those values look like.
Well, let's use me as an example.
Mm,
If it's not someone else, or if it is someone else you're talking about, who knows who you're talking about? You were vague, but
I'm talking about you. Yes.
I feel like you would come to me and say something that needed to be said.
Yeah, I would. And the reason being is because of your temperament and who you are. I feel like you want it, and I know how to communicate effectively with you because we're very similar in our temperaments and our personalities. So I know how I would want to be talked to. And I think what I've shared with you is I love how you approach me, which is with kindness, humility, and love, but you shoot me straight. Like, don't beat around the bush with me. And the same goes for you. It's like, I know you don't want me to beat around the bush with you. And then when I do give you that hard conversation,
Yeah,
you don't beat me up for it. You actually correct course.
right.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you just have to have that difficult conversation,
Yeah.
and then you can really see who's in your corner. If they're going to get that mad about a a
Yeah.
conversation, then it is what it is.
That's right. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that was good. Where do you consistently make excuses instead of taking ownership?
It goes back to another question. It's why I don't look at my account.
Mm,
That's just a really big one for me. On the business side, that's probably my biggest bother at the moment.
mm,
And it's really
yeah, I
simple.
feel
It's typing in and doing my face recognition on my bank account and looking at it and you know, pivoting from there. Um, but I just trust in God that everything's good in the account. And I know that's horrible. Not trusting in God, but just trusting that the money's in the account.
What
That's my biggest issue.
do you think's holding you back from taking ownership in that?
So whenever I look at it, I look at it at the same time. It's the 17th, which is tomorrow. Is whenever I look at my account. And whenever I look at it, I'm good for like 3 or 4 days after that, but I know I'll make like a big purchase and I'm like, "Okay, I'm done at this point." Like, I'm not gonna look. We're just gonna wait until next month on the 17th. And that's how it goes.
Why don't you want to look at it after you make the big purchase after the 17th? What are you avoiding?
Just seeing the account low, I think I would stop myself from making progress
Mm-hmm,
knowing the account was low. So, like, say I needed to buy equipment
mm-hmm,
or if I needed to do a repair, I would probably hold my guys back on doing what was needed for the company,
mm.
knowing where the account was at.
So what I'm hearing you say is you're making an emotional.
It's an emotional.
Mm,
It is emotional. No doubt about it. It's emotional. And it's hard I've gotten my emotions out of
mm,
my sales
you know,
and talking with the team,
mhm,
but I haven't gotten my emotions out of the financial part yet.
yeah,
I feel like that's my next hurdle.
yeah. Well, you're aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I can blame being busy when the real issue is I haven't prioritized what matters most. So I feel the first thing that came up when I was really diving deep on this question was family. Even though I'm big on relationships, I feel like I don't prioritize like my mom, my dad, and really prioritizing that lunch with them or that phone call with them. I'm running a business or I'm leading people. Like that, like I need to take ownership in that, you know?
Yeah. And that's, I mean, I'm there with you. Um, at the end of the day, they're going to be here at the end.
That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
It's like I know that, but I need to
But
my
maybe that's why
actions.
we have the bad actions is because we know they're already always in our corner, and
Yeah.
we're striving to look for new people to be in our corner.
But you know what scares me about that is taking that for granted. Like, yes, they're here now, but they're not guaranteed tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. But that's why we think like that.
Let me ask you this. How many times a year do you think you see your dad? Like see him in person and like actually have a full
Like
blown
eight,
8 times.
times,
How old is he?
56.
Okay. So the average age is 80. So that's 24 more years. So you're going to see your dad just shy of 50 more times.
Right.
When I heard that, when somebody had shared that with me, it really put things in perspective for me.
No, for sure.
I'm only going to see my dad this many more times. What fear is currently holding you back from becoming the leader you know you're capable of being?
So it would go to the emotions with the finances is a big one. I didn't even write that down, but my fear is growing too fast. So I've dabbled in that in the past where I grew faster than my bank account would allow.
Mm.
So I haven't had the problem with like getting new work. It's getting too much work and then just plugging bodies at problems instead of skill at problems.
Mm,
So the faster you grow, you can grow too fast is what I'm saying. You need to work in baby steps, but keep the needle going forward.
mm, mm. Yeah, for me, it would be trying to carry too much instead of trusting and empowering others. I feel like I love wearing leadership hats. I know what my lane is, I know what I should be doing. And I find myself a lot of times doing the work of what that other leader should be doing instead of empowering them and in developing them.
Yeah.
Number 7, what habit or behavior do you know needs to change immediately?
Dipping.
What are you dipping? Tobacco.
Tobacco.
Mm.
Yeah. So I used to be a smoker. I started dipping to quit smoking. Now I'm dipping all the time. And I always tell people I can quit immediately, but that was a long time ago. So dipping is a big one. Better eating, being strict to myself so I can keep the same energy in my company. So
Mm.
like if I can be very strict on my diet, then I'm not going to let small things slip in the company. Like if I see it and I'm being disciplined in something that I maybe don't enjoy 100%,
Mhm.
and I see someone doing something that's out of alignment, I can nip it in the bud immediately instead of just brushing it off.
'Cause how you do one thing is how you do everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it important to you to stop dipping?
Health health reasons. I mean, I've been focusing on my health, been working out, losing weight, trying to, shape the body. And then dipping is just like it's right there on your face, teeth are getting yellow. Don't want my gums to recede. Don't want cancer.
Mm.
Those are the
There's
reasons.
some good reasons.
Yeah.
Mm. For me, it would be clearing more white space on my
What's a
calendar,
big one for you? Yeah.
uh, instead of always operating in execution mode.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm always got to be in activation mode or executing something.
So maybe we challenge you to do maybe it's not every week, but maybe it's every other week. There's a little bit of a room.
So I want you to challenge me. I'm going to Portugal. And the time of this recording, this is July 16th. This won't be out until no, actually it'll be out in a week or two. But in Portugal, that is one of my goals is to create white space, just be present, be there.
Oh yeah, dude, you should focus with you and Kinder the whole time for
Yeah.
sure. And I probably would only pick up the phone for pictures,
Okay.
but I'm giving you some meta glasses, so maybe you don't even have to touch your phone.
You just gave me anxiety thinking about that. So
It's okay.
I'm definitely going to be working.
Are you?
I love it.
I hear you.
It's full alignment,
Well, dedicate some time to be
Yeah.
there with Kendra for sure.
Totally noted. All right. You got to make sure you tell Kendra that too. To be there
She'll
with
hear
Sean.
it. Oh, Kendra, be there with Sean.
Yeah. All right. Who are you responsible for leading right now, and how well are you actually serving them?
So I lead a team at Faust Landscaping. We have 40 employees. There's 15 people I meet with on a regular basis, and give them guidance and make sure that they're, holding themselves accountable. I'm doing good. I'm definitely an improvement from where I was, but there's always room for growth.
Yeah.
So I'm not unplugging myself from anything that I'm currently doing for the continuous growth.
That's good. Yeah, for me, it's definitely my wife, my team, the mastermind members, clients, community, and ultimately myself. Because if I can't lead myself, then I can't lead anybody.
Right.
And then I'm also serving on a weekly basis, not just on a daily, but also a weekly, monthly basis. So I have to think about endurance and just making sure I'm more present and patient by when developing these leaders instead of, okay, you know what? My impatience is kicking in, so I'm going to solve this problem myself. I need to allow this leader to solve their problem. Like you coming in, level up and live, contributing more, being a group leader, like everything that you're going through, having the patience to take you through that process and who you need to become. There's a lot of times where I'm like, oh no, hey, send this or do this. Like I'm
Right.
trying to solve your problems. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, nothing changed over the next 5 years. Would you be proud of the leader you became? Why or why not? Why not?
I would be proud of myself over the last few years because a couple years ago, I wasn't the leader I am today. So there's already been a big growth. And if I wasn't happy where I'm at, I would have already pivoted and made different choices. We probably wouldn't be sitting here, you know?
Yeah.
So, I would be happy with where I'm at today. But again, there's always room for growth. So I'm excited to see where I am in 5 years. But if it had to stop today and this is the life that I live, um, my family's happy, my company's happy, I'm happy, I'm in a good place.
Love that. I said no.
I knew you
I
would.
said I would not be happy because growth is one of my core values, especially relentless growth is my number one core value. And standing still for me is not, to me, it's not, I'm not becoming the man or the 10.0 version that God has called me to be.
I feel like that question was like, if if you weren't allowed to change anything, like if there was no, like if coaching or if growth was capped out, that's how I answered the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to change your answer?
No, I already spoke it out.
It's okay. What is one lie you've been telling yourself that is keeping you comfortable?
A lie that I've been telling myself. I hope everyone hears this on the podcast whenever they listen to it and dial in, that I can eat a cheat meal and still expect the outcome I want.
Mm,
I mean, that's huge.
yeah.
If you put in the work for 2, 3 weeks and you cheat for a week, you just wasted 2 weeks of your life.
Yeah.
So,
Mm,
that's one lie that I'm gonna tell myself. I'll eat pretty clean, but I'll get out there and do something and feel guilty about it and then do it, like, in my truck by myself,
yeah.
and it's just like,
Mm,
I didn't need to do that.
yeah. I do the same thing. I find
Do you?
myself doing the same thing. Absolutely.
But it's in secret. It's like I'm
Yeah.
hiding
But
from
that's the
people.
worst, right?
Oh, it's horrible.
It's like when you internalize that and it's shit for me, it's shame, guilt, disappointment.
Yeah,
Why did I just do that?
and then you never feel good afterwards.
Never.
Yeah,
So I think it's just keeping the promises that we make to ourselves is the
right.
game is something that I'm working on as well. For me, it's subconsciously, it took me a little bit to write this one down, but subconsciously for me, it's no one can do it as good as me.
Mm,
I feel, with putting in hours in development and books and podcasts, like I have this mentality, this mentality, like you'll never be able to do it as good as me. And I think that's where my impatience kicks in. Uh, so I definitely
I
think
can
that's a
definitely
lot.
resonate with that.
Mhm.
It's if you were to hone your skills in on one aspect of business,
Mm,
sure, you'd
yeah,
probably be better than anyone at your company.
right.
But that's just not where we're at anymore.
Nope. Mm-mm.
There's too many moving parts and too
So many.
many places that, you have to do it from 30,000 feet
That's right.
and you have to play puppeteer with everyone else underneath you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I keep telling myself it's an affirmation. Stay in my lane.
Right.
I like to think I'm good at 1,000 different things, but at the end of the day, I have to be honest with myself. I'm good at one or two things.
Yeah.
What standard have you allowed yourself to lower that needs to be raised again?
So I do catch myself being kind-hearted.
You are a kind
I
person.
am.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes people take that for weakness, but I can flip quick and
Mm,
it's more along the lines of my employees is where I'm getting at. My relationship's strong in that sense. I don't get taken care of, avoided there. I don't get taken advantage of there.
mhm,
But it's like, hey, Mike, let me take the truck home.
mm.
Can I borrow the truck one night, Mike? Sure, go ahead and drive the truck home.
Happens again and again.
And then my mechanic tells me that the guys have been taking the trucks home for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the kind heartedness I'm talking about. It's
Mm,
the little things,
yeah.
even though it's like, why should I complain about them taking the truck home? There's a lot of issues.
Yeah. Mm,
Fuel, get in
mm,
a car accident, it
right.
gets stolen,
Yep.
equipment. I mean, there's a big long line of a list that things can go wrong,
Mm,
but,
mm,
my kind-heartedness is definitely something that needs to be
mm.
hardened up a bit.
Yeah. That's good. Good to recognize. Yeah. I think for me, it's going to be protecting that margin, coming back into alignment there, because that's going to allow me to be fully present instead of consistently adding commitments, saying yes to things that may be in alignment with what I'm trying to do as opportunities continue to present themselves. But I really need to protect the margins that ultimately allows me to continue to build the foundation that I'm currently on. And I've noticed myself, I unplugged myself from married life at church, and that just kind of hit me as I'm writing that down because I feel like I was making other things on the weekend priorities when ultimately that should be the priority if I'm putting God and my wife first
Hmm.
is classes like that, we can easily make those excuses. All right. Number 12. 1 year from today, what kind of leader do you want people to describe you as? List 5 words.
Disciplined, risk taker, accountable, strong, wise.
Hmm. For me, it's intentional, courageous, humble, disciplined, and multiplying.
Hmm.
Okay, I think that wraps it up. I hope you've enjoyed this episode today. Leadership doesn't begin when people start following you. Leadership begins the moment you're willing to be honest with yourself. What was your biggest takeaway from today?
The biggest takeaway from today is it's not about perfection. It's awareness followed by action.
That's good.
That's a great one.
Love that one. So if you're listening to this, and I know you are, and you have made it all the way through the episode, you are a 1%er. You embody what Level Up and Live stands for. Don't just listen to this episode. Grab a notebook and answer these questions. Have the courage to ask your spouse, your business partner, or someone you trust to answer them with you. If you need the exercise, make sure you reach out. You can direct message us, and we will make sure to get that exercise. Thanks for listening. Level up and live.